Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your morning or night or wherever you may be around the world. Uh, I'm Mr. Dunlow, joined by Smile Fires. How we doing tonight?
Pretty good. And we got an exciting event for you, the finals of Routlemania 5. We've got 4 players here who have conquered the competition and are ready to raise this router seed very quickly.
So we'll have a 90-minute speed running session here, and we can go through the format as we go. But we're going to count the runners down in a second. Basically, what they've done, the runners have seen the seed already for about 2 weeks. It's not a blind race, and they are going to try to speed run it for 90 minutes and go as fast as possible. And whoever puts up the fastest time is going to win this thing. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and count them down, and this is going to be a fun one.
All right, it could also tell you a little bit about what they've got to potentially deal with in this seed. It's 6 Triforces to get into level 9. Regular enemy HP is ±4, boss HP is ±2. Potential overworld blocks of the Wood Sword. There was 50-50 rupee speed. Rupee speed is on. We do know some things about this seed. We've got the items all filled out on the screen as well. It's going to be a fast one. Uh, Hopefully, they'll be able to get a lot of good, solid attempts in this 90-minute block.
Yeah, so basically they have 90 minutes to speed run the seed. And so you might see runners die, you might see them reset. You probably will at some point. Think of it just like you're watching somebody run vanilla Zelda, except there wasn't a route for this thing. The runners all had to make up the route themselves, and they only have to collect 6 Triforces here. So let's see how they approach doing it.
Starting very close to vanilla start, and we're screen scrolling over to first quest level 3 area. King Doll already taken a reset.
All right, so TA and Jacob are going into level 3 where there are free bombs on the floor. And I spoke to all 4 runners earlier today individually so they didn't play their hand to each other. And they all spoke about how fast and easy this seed is. As we can see there, 2 of our runners have a Triforce already before they have a sword. No combat, no nothing.
Easy peasy. Just pick it up. We're out of there. We got bombs to go somewhere else with them.
Yeah, the free bombs are really nice when you try to start without a sword. And TA takes a death there. TA mentioned to me that one of the few problems with the seed were Lionels on the overworld. He mentioned that as being a potential death trap. Now, Stun is getting this level 3 Triforce a little bit later, but you can see how much faster he's moving there in our top right box because he went and collected 96 rupees prior to getting in level 3. So he's just going to be blazing through this whole thing.
Yeah, we got that flag rupees effect speed on. The more rupees you have, the faster you go. This is not a spectacular money seed, but still plenty of secrets to examine on the map and see what you want to route in. TA's back to grabbing that level 3 Triforce.
All right, and as our spoiler-filled tracker indicates, we have in this level 8, we are gonna have, oh, interesting. Okay, I could be wrong. Oh, Stun got a wand in there. So there was a wand on the floor in 8.
Oh, I hit the wrong
The
button. Hold
wand is
on.
gonna help him move through this thing.
Okay, I see the problem. I'll fix this up.
And And so the runners have estimated that this seed is going to get completed in under 12 minutes as a very conservative, safe estimate. Which really, these routers things really show you how hard the vanilla Zelda game actually is as a seed, because you know the best runners of that have been taken years to get, sub 30 and then 29, 28, 27. But this thing, we may be looking at sub 10 here tonight.
Yeah, we got to peek at their splits. It's going to be like lightning. Down into level 2. Moving pretty good, 112 rupees. Almost at the 4-minute mark. And now Ashton's piled up even more rupees. Sorry, I'm still working on fixing up the tracker.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I had muted my volume for a second too. So basically, to answer the question in chat about the speed, there's a flag turned on called Rupees Affect Speed, where for every rupee you get, actually it counts by twos to get nerdy and technical about it. But the more rupees you have, the faster you will move through the seed. And so Stun has been at this nice speed for a while now, moving through here.
It can really mess with some people though. Like if you're trying to do tricks like block clips, there's even a nice chart you can look at of like what's a good amount of rupees to be able to do a regular block clip or a reverse block clip.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to play around with it, because there's some numbers, and if I were running, I would have had that chart near me during the week. But just as an example, like on this 141 rupee count here, that might be a good one to block clip, but maybe 145 is a bad count, and the game just literally won't let you do it. It's not like a skill thing, it's the game hates you temporarily. And it also takes away screen scrolling for the most part. So it's interesting. You sort of trade off those things for the benefit of just literally moving faster.
Okay, now the tracker should be correct.
There we go. That looks on point. And so what to my knowledge, I'm not sure. I have not seen the inside of levels 6 and 7, because the runners only have to collect 6 Triforces here, and all of them elected to cross out level 6 and 7.
Yeah, just from like you get the layout of the dungeon and the spoiler, and just from the look of 7, I could see writing that off pretty quickly.
Yes, 7 was apparently just not a consideration. Jay Coper did tell me that 6 and 8 were probably about the same, just on paper, but that level 8 has the wand on the floor absolutely for free. And so I think that's why all the runners decided to put that one in play.
Stan is absolutely zoomed to the ladder. Looks like he's gonna work toward banking a time and just keeping that with him for the rest of the 90 minutes. Got that Triforce.
Yeah, he's in good shape here. He's getting ready to head to level 9 now. actually already. And the runners have about 80 more minutes left to run this thing. Actually, probably about 81, 82, where their last run must start before we're 90 minutes into the session. So you can run what's called a buzzer beater. And so they have plenty of time. Like King Doll, this is his first run really even getting it off the ground, but they have tons of time here. And Jacob and TA are starting over, but Stun might be the early leader in the clubhouse here if he can execute a good Ganon fight here. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a problem. It's you could want to try and get a really fast start, get your first bombs, and do it that way.
Yeah, the bomb drops are definitely a reason why you might want to reset. And so a lot of times you just oh, I forgot Stun had to do level 1. But then he's heading to level 9, I promise. But yeah, you might want to put your reset points earlier in the route. That's what a lot of people do, just so that if you don't get the bomb, you go, oh, okay, cool. There's a minute gone in my life. But Jay Cobra just got some free bombs there. I think King Doll picked up the same ones. And now I told the truth, and Stun's entering level 9 here. Also, one thing they all mentioned to me is the ladder is not technically required in the seed, but when you see this Ganon room, it's a good reason to have it.
Oh yeah, this is circle mode can be a little bit interesting of an arena.
Yeah, I would say of all the arenas to fight Ganon, this is one of the worst. Stun did bring the potion in here. He told me if he gets a time he likes, that he might potentially drop that in the future. Oh, he's got the stun lock now. Nice.
Alright, great. I just caught that we've been seeing red and blue bubbles as well, so that's entertaining in some of these other levels.
Oh yeah, King Doll and I organized this event together, and he is a big fan of the second quest enemies for the trouble that red bubbles can cause routing wise. He's a big proponent of putting that evil into the game.
Yeah, that was another of the possibles in these flags. It was 50-50, but we got them today.
Oh, he only made it 50-50 this time. All right, less evil than normal, but yeah, they're in there. Another good reason to have a potion on hand, but I think most of them might be after Ganon. This seed is really trying to be friendly to the runners here.
If they absolutely truly did need it, red potion rolled down. But that is a 1059 banked for Stan.
Alright, so I'm taking notes over here, and I'll keep reminding the folks, but if chat's ever wondering our standings... Oh, look at you, Smilefires. I saw you typed it as well in there, keeping those notes. Let's go. Yeah, very nice early time. I wouldn't be surprised if he drops the potion from here on out. But we'll just you got to find a time save somewhere when the seed's that fast.
Yeah, it's in the bank. If nobody else completes a run, that wins.
And that has happened before. I don't anticipate it happening in a 4-way finals, but we have had times where, you know, a runner just can't get it done. I've been the runner before, where Ganon's just not cooperating, whatever. So it's a really good confidence builder where now he's sitting there like, all right, I got 75 more minutes to run the game, and at least I've finished one.
Got a question from Sarah UX. Yes, these 4 are the only racers in this seed because this is the finals of Routlemania. Which actually is a little interesting in its own right. Last time we did finals, we only had 3 players. But something interesting happened. There was a tie in the previous weeks of this battle royale, and so just turned out that we get an extra player in finals because of that.
Yeah, the semifinals were wild. Stun defeated me to get here. Jay Coper defeated Spudasaurus, and King Doll and TA face down, and they tied basically down to the frame. It was crazy. And so we were reviewing the VOD and stuff, and we were like, you know what? The vanilla world record was tied for a period of time. We're just not going to hold ourselves to a higher standard than that, and both of these runners have earned a place in the finals. So yeah, this is our first four-way final here.
Alright, we've got 3 players moving pretty fast now. It's nice to have 96 rupees essentially on path. And King Doll is at Ganon at the 8:30 mark. Oh!
That's tough. That looked like a casualty of rupee speed, where he just moved, and he moved so fast, he was right up in there. And he immediately reset it, probably because he knows walking back isn't going to be good enough, and he's got plenty of time to do better. So, to answer the question, chat, the runners do not watch each other during this one. We've discussed doing a format like that, but for the majority of this competition, like the first 6 weeks of it, people run asynchronously where they don't know each other's times. So we keep the finals that same way. But we have talked about that, where it'd be kind of interesting to have a live scoreboard they could look at, see what their times are and stuff.
It's kind of tough to rig up. It's a lot of things to look at. Like, we don't run this out of like a race time room either. Some people look at those or refuse to look at them in some cases. Yeah, we're just in like a Discord thread for this.
It's a very DIY production, but it's one of my I'll call it. I'll say this is my favorite thing to do in Z1R. I just like seeing people go fast. It's fun.
King Doll didn't get something he wanted in that room, so saw the bombs on the floor, but reset the run.
Yeah, that was moving too fast for me to catch even why it happened. I was watching bottom right. TA's got one off the ground where he's got wand in hand now. The white sword at the Armos is on the right side of the world here, so all of our runners are skipping the wood sword.
We have seen some casualties to the Death Armos screen.
Yeah, that's a nasty little situation up there. It's nice that that's very early in the run, if it does go south.
You know, people are going there before they go to 2, where that red ring is, but going fast, more valuable when the times are going to be this low.
Yeah, Jay Coper had mentioned to me that he's considering getting a run in with the red ring, but that really pretty much the only place he uses is the Ganon fight. King Doll said it takes, I think, about 50 seconds to go get the red ring, and you can see how in a 9 or 10 minute race, 50 seconds becomes a lot of time to give up.
Near simultaneous Triforce grabs by Jay Coper and King Doll. And John's getting pretty deep into another run here.
Yeah, he's just piling them on there. It'll be interesting to see how this one compares with his last one. So he's our current leader with a 10:59. TA's about halfway through a good one here that I think is on pace for probably 10 something at this point, just spitballing it. It's a lot easier to get an idea of their pace once they finish one run, but he appears to be going fast.
Yeah, he was the guy who I think caught with like sub 10 splits, so I think he's cleared it more quickly before, and just warming up.
Yeah, the thing on the splits is interesting, how they all come into this. So like Stun just has a timer on his screen and it's 6 levels and he knows his situation. Jake Hoper has splits that reflect a red ring run, I believe, but told me he's probably gonna ditch the ring. King Doll comes in and just sets his splits during the chase, and I think TA runs against his PB splits from the week. So it's a lot of different ways to peel back the onion of this thing. And Jay Coper didn't like something there and just reset. So, and I missed why.
I love that everybody's been checking in with you during the like couple weeks that the seed's been out, though. Just getting approaches over to you, or maybe it's you feeling them out, seeing how they feel about the seed.
Yeah, the thing about this routers is once you get hooked into it, all I did was send everybody like a 1 sentence. Hey, if you have time to tell me about something about the seed tonight, let me know. And they wrote back just an essay because you really get to memorize and love the seed and live with it, you know. It kind of the responses I got were very similar than if you asked a bunch of the top vanilla runners like, hey, tell me something about what's the deal with fighting dark nuts in level 5 or whatever, you know, and then they just spit back an essay to you. Very similar answers from the runners tonight when I asked about the seed.
Yeah, at least you don't have to like grade it.
Yeah, no, that's my day job. I've taught English for over a decade. No grading the runners here tonight, but most of them we got at least a B, even in the informal setting. Lots of good detail and elaboration.
Nice.
I think one or two of them might have dropped a semicolon in there, but I wasn't keeping score. All right, so Stun is in level 9, sub 10, and his PB is a 1059 so far. Let's see if he can improve it here.
Just caught how close this is to the start screen as well.
Yeah, that's a good element in a lot of ways because it takes that thought process of ordering it out. All right, here's Ganon.
Yeah, you go wherever you want, up a save. One hit.
Yep, you get back there one way or the other. Yeah, he's got to not take a Ganon hug here.
Oh, Ganon keeps leaving.
Yeah, he just was not spawning nicely here. To answer the question in chat, Stun is in the lead. It didn't work out that time. He still does have the lead with the 1059 on the board thus far. TA is heading to close this thing out though. And let's see.
Yeah, I believe this is TA's first run into 9. King Doll had one going that got pretty close.
Yeah, the Ganon fight is really arguably the only combat room in the entire seed. The other things are just cleaning up and doing fast. So Ganon's going to be huge tonight. If somebody hits one great stun lock, that could win the whole battle royal.
TA's also playing without music, but he's got sounds. It's not going too badly so far.
Nah, Ganon was weird at first. Like, for some reason, he didn't get the first hit in, but he wrangled him down. Nice job by TA.
All right, 9, 10, leaving Ganon's room. Looking pretty good to get a good time on the board, become the new leader.
Oh, and we're seeing Rupee speed there on the block clip. He wasn't able to get through on the turnstile clip, so now he's got to kill the manhandler. That's an annoying 30 seconds and maybe a death. Oh, no, he saved it. Whew.
Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah, if that happens again, I bet he'll go left instead of right. Stun had to do that earlier, and I think he went left, and it didn't look that nasty, but Sometimes things go off script and you got to make it work.
All right, into the transport staircase. All right, that looks like a 10:08 in the books for TA 909.
Yep, so TA takes the lead with time to be saved there on both the. Honestly, he did a great job fighting Ganon, but Ganon was a huge jerk with the spawns there. All right, King Doll's in 9. He's flying, by the way.
That's just like free time save for next time as well if you either go the other direction or have a slightly better manhandle fight.
Oh
King
yeah, for
Doll now and
sure.
again and again.
Oh, he's got him. That was beautiful. Oh, that's so good.
Nice. And he's heading out of here sub 9.
Yeah, and so King Doll is a student of the rupee speed. So if he can't clip here, he'll probably fire an arrow to get the right number. Nah, he nailed the clip.
Honestly, like he plays it so often that I think he would be one of the guys who has that block clip table memorized of what he can clip into at what number of rupees.
So I can tell you just from because he's my Swedish long lost brother, and he has studied his seeds. Oh my gosh, look at that time.
So there's a sub 10 on the board.
933 takes the lead. That is flying. And what's really cool is Coper might be our next one here to put time on the board if he finishes it out. But yeah, King Doll, that Ganon was great. Like, it's going to be hard to shave time off of that. He might have something he can do that.
This is such a faster seed than the last finals, which I think was hovering around the 12-minute range.
Yeah, the last one, a lot of times you'll get at least a couple rooms in a seed where there's like a tough combat shutter door or something. This seed's just letting them run right through the thing. It's wild.
Alright, got a little bit of a breather. Now Jay Coper's got a deep run going. Into level 4, grabbing the ladder. Our friendly safety ladder.
Yeah, I think the other thing about the ladder they said was to get over to your level 1 in Death Mountain, because you have rupee speed on, you can't screen scroll there. And a lot of the good take any roads are underneath burn bushes and nobody's getting a candle. So the ladder definitely seems like a good friend for safety and also just traveling right on over here.
Oh yeah, another of the 50-50 flags was extra candles.
Yeah, the candle. You know what? I don't know if I don't remember if there is one sitting in the Take Any Cave or not, or if they just didn't get it because it's inconvenient. I'm not sure, but none of them are getting it.
Yeah, I guess we just haven't seen one to know. They probably know. They're the ones who actually studied the seed.
Oh yeah, they know it all. When they watch this back, I'm gonna get at least 5 things just wildly incorrect. Like, and that they are the experts here, but that's how they might sub 40 if you put their 4 best times together. Like, they're just flying through this thing.
It's convenient that the Triforce room of 1, like, it's full of red bubbles, but it also has the Triforce, so even if you get hit, it's not a problem.
Yeah, that's always it's always super friendly when you're like, oh, I don't have to care about this. All right, so Cobra's in 9. He's under 10 seconds behind where King Doll was, I think, maybe 10 or 15. So he's gonna put up a good time here. And I don't know if he has more rupees than King Doll had, or if Trogdor just looks fast, but that can be a factor. That was a cool bomb Kananaki to get into Ganon's room from the
Yeah,
left.
wow. And he also picked up the
That
map
was
so we can see what this 9 is looking like.
that was sick by Cooper right there. Wow, that was awesome.
Yeah, the bomb Kanana into the very solid Ganon fight.
And one thing Cooper had mentioned when I was talking to him earlier, where there were a couple spots where the Kananaki ability was improved if you had more speed. Like he was able to run all the way over there, but he wasn't able to hit the block clip on that number. So that is going to get him a couple seconds back here, but not the end of the world. But yeah, that was another almost perfect Ganon there. Maybe literally perfect.
And yeah, that left entrance out of the turnstile is way friendlier than having to fight a manhandle to get back out.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Door
All
pops
right.
open for Jake Coper. He's putting in a 1026.
All right, so that puts him in third place currently with time to save, I think, that this is going to be the runners have about an hour left to run this thing. So they've got 90 minutes in total, and we're about 30 into it.
Yeah, and even just with that 30 minutes in, our standings are looking like King Doll at 933, TA at 1008, Jake Coper at 1026, and Stan at 1059.
So the other time save that Coper had there coming up was he had the red ring in that route. And so that's almost a minute of time, maybe 45 seconds to a minute, that's just going to be free by not having to go get the red ring. So he's going to be faster. It's going to increase the risk in the Ganon situation.
Yeah, this might be the game time decision now. Like, is it the time to uh, remove that from the route? Am I warmed up enough?
I would think because that Ganon was so good, he's going to ditch it. Like if he had like a dicey finish in there, but I mean the 1026 with the red rings already super fast. So yeah, I think we're done with rings here.
So the players do not know the leaderboard. They are in the dark at the moment. Stan's got a 6 Triforce, he's heading to 9 again.
And he's coming in probably with the most rupees of anybody. Unfortunately, we don't get to see him flying at 255 because the large secret was a little smaller. A couple of them are power bracelet blocked, I think. But I do like seeing the zoom in effect when we can.
Yeah, the large secret is only 68. Usually part of a King Doll run battle royale, as well as a week of big money. And this seed was not big money.
That was a very nice Ganon by Stun there. Ganon played way nicer than his first run, so he might drop some time here.
Yeah, he's out again at sub 10 for sure. Doesn't even if you go left here, it doesn't really take a minute to close this out, even if you have to read that text.
Yeah, basically the decision would be whether to block clip, and if you fail it, you can shoot arrows to try to get a better number, but it's probably more consistent to just go listen to that old guy talk for 5 seconds.
Yeah, into the stairway. We'll save maybe 15 seconds here.
Yeah, almost 30. So he had a 1059 prior to that. Now he's down to a 1031. Catching
Miss
up to Jay Coper's 1020. They're close here.
Yeah, I misremembered where he was at. This was better than I thought for him.
Oh, TA's back again, and holy moly, this is coming fast.
Got 2.5 hearts. Got 2 hits as well on Ganon, I think. Same kind of thing where Ganon is not being very nice to him.
Now, TA is having to show off a lot of his skillfulness at dodging and knowing Ganon's movement, which
I
is
think,
awesome, but slower than that nice friendly stun lock.
yeah, there we go. That was unfriendly.
Super unfriendly, super skillful, but now let's see if he can have a better time with this block clip situation here. I imagine he will. All right, so TA's PB is a 10:08 he's running against here.
And he's taking the walking path to Zelda as well. He's skipping that transport. And this is gonna be 9:58 or 9.
Yeah, it's probably, we'll call it 9:59 for now. If any of the times matter for placement, we'll do a VOD review afterward or whatever. We'll figure it out.
I mean, not that we want to frame count again, but would be exciting.
Yeah, why not? It's always good to have a little excitement in life. King Doll's in 9 on a similar pace to his last one, I think. Let's see. It's actually a little faster. Yeah, he might be about 10 seconds faster, actually. Let's see if Ganon's nice.
Yeah, I think where he was at last time, he was already heading out of here, sub 9, and looking to do that again. Wow.
It's wild. King Doll's, he used to say he wasn't a good Ganon fighter, but I think that's becoming a lie.
Other convenient thing is, don't need a lot of bombs to get through this seed. Like, he just put his last bomb there, and now it's just walking.
Yep, now we just walk and finish it out.
9:20.
Holy moly. That is fast. To answer the question, chat, the cutoff time for the runners to start their last run is in about 53 minutes or so. They have 90 minutes. So we can we'll look at exactly the time in a second. I'm spitballing it at the moment, but it's either 53-ish, 54-ish.
Yeah, it's gonna be 10:45 Eastern, if I have it right.
There we go. Yeah, so maybe a minute. Depends what the restream delay was getting it started, but the runners do have that timer on screen and know it and everything. So yeah, King Doll takes the lead from himself.
It's important to show yourself who's boss.
For sure. Now he's sitting on the menu screen here. What's interesting is he told me earlier he thought it would take a 9:20 to 9:30 to win the thing. And he went a 9:33 the first time and a 9:20 the second time. He might be scratching his head figuring out what he can physically possibly do to go faster, or if there even is anything.
Or could also be, you know what, I'm good. Just take a nice breather and maybe have dinner or something.
So he did that to me last year. He defeated me in a routers race, and King Doll's a musician, and he sat on this screen and pulled out his guitar and started singing. which is probably the best mic drop I've ever seen someone do in video games. So who knows? He could be jamming. He might just have his mic muted. But we'll see. But he knows this is the finals. He'll get going again in a second, I bet. Yeah, the comment in chat's interesting about the difference between walking versus using the transport. It could be a deal where, like, maybe the bomb situation matters. I haven't kept a close eye on it, but it is interesting that the runners are seeing it different ways. The bomb situation might matter. It could be faster to walk it if you have more rupees. There's some consideration, but I'm kind of thinking my eyeball test says the walking path looks fast, but not sure.
Yeah, bomb count's definitely something we could keep an eye on because like King Doll went down to 0 bombs. So if they're not, those other guys aren't coming in there with the right amount of bombs, might be pigeonholed into using the transport instead.
Yeah, King Doll, he maps his bombs out like for like he knows which enemy, like he's got his global draw. He runs these things like the way a vanilla runner runs the vanilla game. And he told me then a seed this easy, that was one of the things where you got to be on point with your bomb drops basically to go fast because you don't want to leave a huge like fluff time. You know, you don't want to kill 10 extra enemies trying to get bomb drops when it's a 9-minute seed. So he's going to finish on 0 bombs. All of them are going to finish on 0 keys in a seed like this. Resources are at a premium for sure.
It's kind of interesting to see Link just kind of get launched into take any caves because of the rupee speed.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Rupee Speed's so fun to watch. And Coper is way ahead of his pace here. So he has already passed the point in the run where he skipped the red ring in level 2. And so that's probably going to save him like 45 seconds to a minute, we would estimate. So he'll be dancing in that 9 something range here. It's gonna be close to 9:30ish maybe on pace. It's gonna come down to Ganon.
It seems like he'll be in there soon enough. Shtan's just got the bow crossing the 8-minute mark. And this is probably where I'm gonna have to pay more attention to what he's doing, because, like, something on his path is not getting him to 9 as efficiently.
Yeah, it could be a situation. So he was telling me earlier he was still debating which secrets to pick up. And like if the speed gained by picking up the secret is worth the time it takes to pick them all up. And he is coming in with more money than the other guys. So I don't know. Maybe his instincts are correct. Maybe he'll ditch one of the secrets at some point. We'll see what he does here.
Okay, and he's got a 1031 banked right now. Oh, this is promising. Oh.
The pig just wouldn't sit still. He's got a couple more hits to close it out.
And just that quickly it turns into a reset, because 4 hard Ganon, no red ring gets to be tough.
He knows he can't beat his time there. Yeah, so I know we have people coming in and out of chat. Just to sort of recap the format of what we're doing here. It's called Routlemania. The runners have had this seed for actually over 2 weeks. It's usually 1 week, but we had the holidays in the middle. So they've been running the seed as much as they want for like 2 weeks, and they have prepared a route. They have their goal times, and they are basically behaving like speedrunners for a 90-minute session, which we have, and we're about halfway through the session, got a little over 45 minutes left. And any run that they start before that 90 minutes ends, they can complete that run, and they're trying to see who can put up the fastest time here.
And yeah, there's nothing tracked for items because it's just so fast. We can tell you they're going to pick up the bow. They've been picking up the ladder. Jay Coper had been routing in the red ring before. They get the white sword, which is pretty accessible under the Armos.
Yeah, they're all going the same level order, which you only have to pick up 6 Triforces here, and no one else has run this seed. They got the seed, they figured it out, and I think that's interesting. That just sort of shows you the level of work they put in when they all arrive at the same conclusion. To recap, the fastest time so far is King Doll with a 9:20 PB. TA has a 9:59 in the bank. Jay Coper has a 10:20, and Stun has a 10:31. Coper's in with Ganon already with no ring. All right, that was fast here.
Oh man.
It's a shame because his first Ganon was so good that he didn't need the ring in terms of the way Ganon behaved, but the Beast was unkind there that time when he didn't have the ring. But he's got plenty of time to get back there. That hurts, Seth. It's a brutal feeling to have a good one going and lose it.
Yeah, and it's been across the board too. Like this is it's a tough fight, low resource, and the red ring is just far enough out of the way that like a risky run that works out is just going to be that much better than a safe run.
Yeah, for sure. And if there were more spots where things could go wrong, I think you might see the red ring be like the main route here. But it's only the Ganon fight, really. I mean, they're going down to 1 heart, half a heart here and there. All right, TA's back in 9. Pretty fast here. I mean, obviously it's very fast, but comparing it to his previous time, he might be like 5 seconds ahead of the last time he entered 9.
So one difference I'm noticing at the moment is that King Doll leaves 3 with 8 bombs. Stan just picked up the 4-pack and grabbed the Triforce. And King Doll's also got a key.
So I think that could be. I think the key in level 3 is a Dark Nut room just north of where the 3 bombs are. So he's probably using that room both to get the key and the bombs, as TA's got Ganon down at 9 minutes here. So he's looking to improve his 9:59 here. Let's see how it goes.
Got the block clip. We've been talking a lot about that turnstile room. That is not free to block clip when you've got rupee speed on. And going to the left is an old man room, to the right is a manhandle that we also saw.
Yeah, the manhandle is the ill-advised thing. Oh, TA's putting up a fast time here. Let's go.
Alrighty, 936 is 23 seconds better for him. So still in second at the moment, but much closer margin now. 16 seconds off King Doll.
Yeah, so it's tight here. Now they don't know how the other runners are doing. And so TA may be at the point here Okay, he's just posted a message in our race room that says his run is maxed out, he believes, which is interesting metagame move to a degree. I wonder what the other guys will think. We'll think by that. King Doll might start flying. He might think TA's got a sub 9 here. But I mean, yeah, how do you go much faster than that? That 936 is wild. That's fast. Okay, so J. Coper already reset 40 seconds in at the level 3 Triforce, so he knew something was up there. Like, that's the level of detail they get to with these runs. Just toss them out like, nah, we gotta restart. 30 seconds in, we gotta go faster than that. Yeah, so ladder skip, I had brought that up earlier with at least one of the runners had mentioned it when I talked to him earlier today. And basically they were like, nah, because of the technical answer. And the biggest reason is the Ganon moat room, but also because they have rupee speed on. Oh, King Doll got in that room. There's jerk second quest enemies. But yeah, with the rupee speed turned on, you can't screen scroll across the river to get over to the Death Mountain area. And so they need the ladder for the fastest path there, basically.
That time Cobra took a death on the overworld, so starting over again.
Yeah, and TA had mentioned that as being one of the potential trouble points with the run was Lionel's on the overworld. I don't know if they ever got him or if he just definitely maneuvered around them, but there were some kind of yucky screens out there in this one.
They definitely got in his way on one of the Death Mountain screens.
Okay, so Jay Coper, let's watch this level 3 because Coper and King Doll are pretty close. This is where we can figure out the differences. Jay Coper got the level 3 Triforce at 40 seconds, and he's got 4 bombs and a Triforce. King Doll went to get 96 rupees before, and I think this is the room right here with these dark nuts. I think they give you a key, and he would like to see bombs from them as well. So he didn't get the bombs. He might just reset because they didn't drop the bombs. Yeah, that's
Yep.
where the reset standard is now.
Yeah, and some of the other runs I've seen of 3, they just get that free bomb pack on the floor and then up A, go grab the Triforce.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense speed wise. I think there's got to be a reason he likes the key better. There's probably another key the rest of them get somewhere that he decided he liked the benefit of that key plus those bombs in hand.
Alright, Stan heading into 5, got the furthest run along. For another round of second quest stall posts.
Yeah, that room is sneaky hard. None of them mentioned that one, but then I look at it, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of hard. The screen scroll is essentially impossible with rupee speed turned on. Rupee speed is a weird. If there's anybody, even if you play this just casually, Z1R, roll yourself a seed and turn rupee speed on and just have fun with it because it does weird things to the game with like block clips and screen scrolls. But 99% of the time, you cannot screen scroll with rupee speed. There are some weird numbers in like the 20s where you can occasionally hit them right to left, but not left to right. And they might be in the 30s. But in a general sense, yeah, the rupee speed messes up your screen scrolls.
Alright, and Stan does succeed and get that Triforce out of 5.
Yeah,
And we got...
Kingdall came out of there with all these bombs and a key. That's the difference in the early game, I think. Because Coper's going that same... They're almost on the same route now, where Coper's like 20 to 30 seconds ahead because of the time to get those key and bombs. But that time's going to come back somewhere else.
Yeah, Andy went and got the rupees, so that's even for the moment.
Yeah, there you go. So he got him just after 3. Yeah, good eye on that one. Yeah. And they did level 8 about the same, it looked like. Coper might have been a little faster in there. Kingdoll's unintentionally going back in. Yeah, that was a accidental pirouette.
It could mean something. I mean, he's got a great time on the board, but just a little bit of extra room for somebody to sneak in.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, every tiny little thing matters. And we may see a point where it looks like there's no reason for him to reset, but it could just be because he has a 920 and reaches a point where he has a split that's a little slow and knows he can't beat his PB. You know, well, we'll just they know the seed.
Yeah, this is getting interesting because like Coper is pulling a little bit ahead. He came into 2 first, despite having less time on the clock, and yeah, he's out of there.
Yeah, Coper's going really fast here, for sure. Kingdoll has 2 more keys, so Coper's got to get him back somewhere. But Coper does that Kanana key in 9, so maybe that's one of them?
Yeah, easily. And you have to be at 0 for that, so maybe like he's just thinking, this is fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure if... I don't know if that just saves a key or if it gets him a better Ganon spawn. It might do both, honestly, because if you come from the bottom, you might also have to use a key. I feel like we're going to get to know the seed a little better now. Like, I feel like I'm taking a breath here. Things aren't quite as fast and furious with 3 runners. Even though I'd love to see TA in there still, now I feel like, all right, I can actually watch the game a little bit.
Yeah, like he might have done the calculation of, I see that Darknet room in 3, I don't want to clear that Darknet room.
Yeah, and even if you clear it and don't get your bomb drop, it becomes a reset point. So, yeah, he probably knows it's there and just said, nah.
Alright, we got Stan starting the Ganon fight just after the 9-minute mark. Might be going well here. Yes.
Yeah, that looked really good.
Hey, Iron Knuckle. Yeah, TA has said that he thinks he's essentially maxed out his route, and so he's sticking with the time he's got for the moment.
And I was watching Stun fight Ganon, and I completely missed the fact that Coper took a reset here.
So much going on.
I know. But yeah, it's wild. It's fun there. Alright, so yeah, Stun does this stair business in level 9, so he'll get up there. His best time's 10:31. I think he'll pop out right here and maybe take a look. Oh, he needed a key and reset. Okay, interesting.
So that's 10:24 for Stan. That's 7 more seconds off his time.
Yeah, it could have been something like a whiffed Kananaki, like they said in chat. Oh, we'll have to check that out. Yeah, so we're close here on these standings. Stun, and this is part of our Battle Royal series, Battle Royale, I guess. It depends whether you say it fancy or you say it like you're watching pro wrestling, whatever. I say battle royal, but it's probably royale. But anyway, in those events, the top 5 runners all get points that go toward a season long Royale Ultima championship. And so the fact that Stun is 4 seconds behind Jay Coper, that race still matters. He could catch up to Coper here, but Coper could also improve significantly. Coper could still come back and win the whole thing. So it's a lot left in play here.
Oh yeah, it looks like Jay Coper was trying to do a Kananaki. Now that I look at it, like I see, I took a quick look. I saw a rupee on the floor. So.
Oh, and I also misspoke. Apparently, Coper does have a 1026. This is why my handwritten notes are flawed. That is a 6, not a 0. I thought he had a 1020. I've had poor handwriting for years now. So, yeah, Stun did move in the third there. So, that was a nice finish on his part. And yeah, Cobra's 1026 does have the red ring in it. So he's got half an hour here to keep attempting without a red ring, which is plenty of time to get a good run in on a seed this quick.
And yeah, this is it's too fast to track. I tried valiantly to track the last Rattlemania, and like every time somebody resets, you got to clear off all their items. But we can tell you what they get in general. They get the white sword that's under the Armos in the northeast. They get the ladder pretty much for safety. Need bow and silver arrows to defeat Ganon as well. And they pick up a heart, which is pretty much on path. So nice to have.
Yeah, there is that one friendly heart in there. There's just getting the extra hearts is just, they all know it's too slow to win this thing in the finals. So yeah, pretty very few items. There's some stuff that if you were playing this blind, the power bracelet would be grabbed out of level 1, and that unlocks a bunch of other large secrets and stuff that'll make you go faster. But it's just too many extra minutes when you're trying to go sub 10 or maybe even low 9s. It's wild how fast these forerunners are going.
Oh, I forgot about the wand. That is also pretty on path in level 8. The red ring is technically available, and there's that Kananaki that Cobra was going for before. He got it this time. So then he comes down here and gets this key. Oh, yeah, to go down here as well.
Yeah, the routing of the Kananakis is really cool because, like you were saying earlier, you have to make sure you're on 0, but then you have to plot out like staying on 0 and that not messing you up later. So stuff like that is fun. I know Jay Coper is one that streams while he routes as well. So next season of this, it's definitely worth giving all the runners a follow, but definitely watch him while he's routing these things out. It's fun to see his process at work.
And King Doll did not get bombs from the Dark Nuts in 3. But Coper is out of level 5.
Yeah, so he's past this point where he skipped the red ring. So he's about like 45 seconds ahead or so, which of his previous time of the 1026. But with a perfect Ganon, he could get in that 930, 920 range for sure here because he can fly at this game.
Yeah, Stan just picked up that wand, by the way, in level 8. It's you have to try stay out of the way of the Patra once it becomes able to hurt you. But other than that, not too bad to pick up the wand.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it could be a little dicey, but They're making it look. It's also the rupee speed helps get in and out of there too, I'm sure. But there's a lot of parts of the seed that are probably way harder than they look, and these runners are just murdering the thing.
This might be trouble for King Doll again, because he just dropped 2 bombs that didn't get him a whole lot against these Darknuts. Yeah, no.
Yeah, and he knows. Like, if you're just joining us, King Doll is in the lead with a current time of 9:20, and that's why he is making the least progress of any runners now, because he now has an excellent time on the board, and so he has a very high standard for the early part of the game. So might be a lot of resetting until he gets one off the ground.
Yeah, he just reset a failed screen scroll there. And like he's got a pretty early reset point built into this. He really wants to leave 3 with a key and as many bombs as he can have. And so if he's not getting that, then no thanks, reset.
Yeah, if he doesn't get the bombs, it's basically over immediately. But it's so nice to have that point like 1 minute into the game instead of later on in the run.
Got J Cobra up on Death Mountain. The 141 rupees, making it into level 1. And the other thing that King Doll's been doing is going and getting these 2 secrets, the Death Armos one and the one below it, before heading to 3.
Yeah, that looks pretty smooth because he can do the screen scroll right at the start because he doesn't have rupee speed, and so you can just scoot on over there. But it also probably helps more because he's spending more time in the level. So that would make sense for him to do it. Okay, you got the drop and a clock, which they spaced nicely for him. That was good enough, I think, to continue.
Yeah, he's up and in, and he's keeping it.
It'd be even better to get like the god pattern where they all grouped up, but he's got the thing off the ground.
As far as our chase goes, we have 24 minutes left about. Yeah, Rattlemania has rupee speed again. It was a 50-50 flag. And it rolled on. So when you have a 50-50 flag, it rolls a random number for whether it is on or off in your seed. And so we have rupee speed for this one.
Yeah, and so I blinked there and Cooper reset. I swear I didn't think he had entered 9 yet, but maybe he did? I don't know. Maybe he just knew he didn't like the time? Ah, 0 bombs. There you go. Nice. Thank you, chat. Appreciate y'all.
Oh, even worse than that, he had a bomb and then missed the bomb spot to 9.
That's brutal. That's brutal. That's tough.
Stan got that white sword under the northeast Armos. The sprites are a little different, but he's got the wand on B and the white sword on A.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and it's one of those deals. The situation with TA, he probably does have the right idea for his route if he believes it's maxed out. One thing that we'll do a lot of times after these things is make a VOD of the runs synced up at the same time, like every runner's PB. And I'd be curious to see where the 16 seconds difference is in the route. You know, it could be these early keys or something like that. But yeah, for his route, TA had an excellent run that he believes is the best he can do. I mean, he beat a seed in under 10 minutes, so yeah, that's fast as heck.
And I don't think there was too much in it that like we could look back at his run and be like, oh yeah, that's instant time save in a bottle that he wants to keep grinding out. Yeah, it's Link's Awakening for Stan. His sprites. And he's really piled up the rupees now. He's at 173, which I think is the most he's had in any of these.
He's just throwing them on the pile. Why not?
And with level 1 done, that is kind of the furthest one away for these players. You can up a continue on the overworld, and you're right next to level 9.
I think Stone is cutting off some significant time here. I want to say he came in around 9 minutes last run, but I could also be making up numbers.
Had to remind myself what he's at. Yeah, I think this is a little faster. Looks like King Doll might have something going that he likes. What's up, Ain? And once he came out of level 3. Sean is done with Ganon, heading out of the room at 9:23.
Yeah, so his PB is a 10:24 here. So I think we're less than a minute away from Zelda. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, the thing is that is going to hurt a little bit is he's going to take this transport coming up.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if that was a key thing or something.
Oh yeah, because he's been sitting on 0 like the whole dungeon. And of course Zelda has one. 10:08.
Yeah, of course. All right, 10:08 shaves off 16 more seconds. Keeps him in third place here. Yeah, heck of a time. This is wild. I'm just happy I nailed my prediction that the runners would sub 40 the seed combined 4 ways.
Yeah, wow.
That's my stat of the day, I think. That was just insane.
So Sean's been improving by, I see, 28 seconds, then 7 seconds, and then 16 more seconds.
Yeah, he finished 4 runs, right? That's crazy.
So he keeps that up, he could pass TA in like 2 more runs.
Yeah, the juice becomes tough to squeeze at some point. They have 17 minutes left here until their last run has to start. And we'll definitely let you know when the runners, if one of them has a buzzer beater run going. Coper's pretty much taken the opposite of that approach of finishing 3 or 4 runs. He got one, he knows, he did exactly basically what he told me he was going to do. He said, I'm going to do a run with the red ring to set a time, and then I'm going to drop the ring and go fast. And so he does, even though he's sitting in 4th place now, the way he structured this chase, he's got the upside to jump all the way to winning the thing if he just nails a super fast run now that he doesn't have the red ring in there. So we still got a ball game here.
Stein dropped in a message, by the way. He says he's calling it.
There we go. We have 2 runners retired. They nicely left both their times on screen, too. So that was cool. Shout out to them for not clearing that. Or maybe you froze it. I don't know. Maybe that was you. I don't know.
Nah, I didn't touch it.
Oh, okay, cool. Shout out runners then. And King Doll's working on a 920 PB here. He's a little ahead of that, actually. Don't look now, but
Yeah, it's all green.
all green with a hint of a gold level 5 split there. So King Doll runs these things all week and meticulously tracks his golds and his sums of best and all that stuff. So having a gold split there is an accomplishment for sure. He's trying to improve this thing.
I was holding off on bringing like Stan and TA in to talk with us, like just in case they have a change of heart and they want to start something up.
Yeah, I was thinking that probably sounded like the right way to do it. Because, like, I don't know. I don't want something to strike them like, oh crap, I could do blah, blah, blah. I wish I wouldn't have quit already, you know.
Or we tell them like, well, you're not winning at the moment, and then they go start it back up.
They go, oh, never mind. Whoops.
Oh, that was definitely a Lionel beam for Jay Coper, so Lionels do claim a victim.
Yeah, they just jerks. Such jerks. He's still got like 14 minutes or so to get one off the ground. Plenty of time. And his last run just has to start before the 14 minutes is up. So as long as he gets one going before that timer runs out, he's good. King Doll's going back to 9 here. He's about 4 seconds ahead of his 920 pace.
This is gonna be incredible if we could see like a PB on top of a PB on top of a PB and just leading the whole time.
Yeah, he's putting on a clinic with these things right now. And King Doll has not lost a routers race in a long time. He's our defending champion. This is the 5th time we've done this Routlemania, but there's been other routers BRs. So he won the last one. Let's see if he can beat Ganon though.
Oh,
jerk pig. He just in the rupee speed, you just run right. He took a death like that earlier where the speed just smacks right into Ganon. It's very tough to control the speed a lot of times.
it didn't really register in my head when I first saw it, but he was in there on the 3 hearts. He was trying to shave off that 4th heart, or it was too far away in his walking path.
That was slick. That was a good eye. I didn't even notice it here. Might have saved him a second or two. And the logic probably is too, like, if a fireball hits me, it's already a slower fight than my last. When you're running against a nearly perfect run, it's really tough to improve your personal perfection. So yeah, that makes sense.
Jacob was out of 3, picked up the 2 secrets for 96 rupees. Heading over to the coast. Yeah, like it's not as wild of routing differences as you might see sometimes with these like different level orders, but there are some small things that could be making a difference here for sure.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times if you see the wild routing differences, it's because somebody did something objectively incorrect. Like in the semifinal, Stun and I had a seed where there were a lot of minor differences that we chose differently. But then in level 9, he had a concretely much better path than I did. And that's why he beat me essentially. And so none of these runners have made a mistake like that. Though you can tell when all four people independently arrive at basically the same conclusion overall, it means they put in the work and got it right. So it's really impressive what they're doing here.
Yeah, some of the other things I can remember making a difference are like a long walk to the wood sword and the blue candle instead of taking in any road.
Yeah, for sure. Like that kind of, yeah, that little, well, here this week they just ditched that problem entirely because no, I think the wood sword is way over on the coast or something or on the northeast. I don't know because we haven't seen it tonight and we're not going to. So that's one way to cut out that problem.
I got interested, so I'm looking. Wooden Sword Cave is location G16, so yeah, it's the coast.
Yep, so way the heck over there. Yeah, Cooper's got this run, and basically, assuming he finishes this run, there will be about 3 minutes left on the overall clock when he finishes this one. But he's ditching it already. So basically, the next one he sticks with, if he gets one to level 9, it's his last run. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, back to level 3 simulator, trying to get a run going here.
This is a little funny. This is the first one of these routers thing where we're getting a sense of the vanilla level 3 blues here based on this screen and killing dark nuts and stuff. It's even the same color, really. It's feeling very familiar.
King Dog got slowed up a little bit by menuing before getting the key, so I had to pause again. But keeping it so far. Now they trade places a little bit. Cooper goes up against the 2 secrets that King Dog already has, and King Dog can just walk over to the Wood Sword Cave and gamble. I see.
Oh, this is all right. So this is the thing. This will be fun if we get to see this a couple times. So we've talked about how the large secrets are kind of inconvenient, but there is another way to make money in Hyrule. You can gamble.
It's an interesting game time decision going on here.
I'll put it this way. I can confirm he would not have done this if he didn't think he already had an excellent run on the board. So he probably thinks he can't really improve the 920 otherwise. But if he could pop off a win or two on the money making game, that could get fun.
Yeah, some of this might be for the fans, but it maybe get one last run going.
I kind of think if we didn't have a restream, we might have seen King Doll drop the mic the second he got the 920 and walk away. That may have been what that pause was. It may have been like a keep going, like, I talked him into doing a restream anyway. I might as well keep going. But that's fun. That's how we chase perfection. There's been plenty of vanilla runners who thought they had done the best they could ever do and then kept going and did better. So it's fun. And Jacob is getting to the part that's become the pressure point or one of the pressure points of the run here once he gets up in the northeast. We got about 6 minutes left on the overall clock. So if he doesn't love a run, he will still have time to ditch it and start it over, or if he takes a death. But if he carries it too far, this will become his last run of the evening.
Fortunately, 2 itself is not too bad. But then you have to go back out on the overworld, and those screens are not the nicest.
Yeah, that's when the Lionels come to play. All right, so Cobra's gonna reset again and try to get one going here that he thinks can win the thing.
I mean, I don't hate it. Like, in a sense, like, until we hit that last second of the time, like, a reset is free-ish. You don't want to carry out, like, a run that you think is not going well and have it just eat through the time.
Yeah, and with his route, because he's just taking the free bombs in 3 and not relying on a bomb drop, he doesn't really have a failure point. And, it doesn't matter if he had finished that last run or if he finishes one that starts now. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't hate it either. It's kind of just like a free new opportunity because you're only finishing one more run at most anyway. So why not take the one you like?
And King Doll might have something going that he likes here. It's got all the conditions met for coming out of 3. See if he gambles
I
again.
want him to hit the casino. Come on. All right, let's go. Let's go. Gamble it. Gamble it. Ah, oh well. He threw it in there once for me, just for funsies.
Man, he lost big too. That was minus 40 something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I guess if it's not a big win, it's a loss. But yeah, that was the dealer was like, "Nah, we're not dealing you the winning hand today."
So we have the same kind of thing as a little bit earlier. We have these two with the 20-second difference. Showing off what their differences out of level 3 are having an effect on the rest of the seed.
Yeah, it's fun that they really have synced up in the same level twice. It was like this point when we noticed it both times. And King Doll, I think, takes a stair around to save a key there, whereas Coper might have done a Kanana key or something. They did something a little different, but they got there in the same way, I think. Or my eyes are playing tricks on me, one or the other.
I'm gonna use the clip button and find out.
Check you out doing the fact checking. Man, I guess I can't. I guess I just gotta stop making stuff up now.
It just looks like he walked there to me. Like he used a couple bombs.
Yeah, maybe I'm just dead wrong. Now King Doll did skip the heart again, so there's a difference for you. Like he's coming in on 3 hearts.
Coper did use a key to do that, so I could understand if, yeah, King Doll wants the key. puts him on 2. Coper's at 0 for what sounds like the 2 Kananakeys that are in his route.
Yeah, so okay, so that's why it may have even just been a difference just for the sake of getting down to 0 keys, so you can do those Kanana keys or something. Some slight difference there, but yeah, this is fun. They're in literally the same room here, but Coper is like 20 seconds ahead, so it might mean he's on pace to bust out a fast one here.
And we are 1 minute from time, so this would have to be the run. And look at that. Kananaki complete for Jay Coper.
Yeah, he nailed it there. Yeah, this is tight right here because they're on King Doll's basically on the same pace. He's like 1 or 2 seconds off of his 920 pace, but that means Coper's technically ahead of that right now if he can do the end game as fast as King Doll did on his 920. King Doll's got to watch out here though.
Just like as it stands now, it looks like Coper loses a little time to doing that as a Kananaki, but we'll see if
Yeah,
there's
so there
somewhere
may
that can.
be Yeah, the time might come back somewhere. I mean, it definitely took King Doll a little more time in level 3 to get that key. So it could come out in the wash. I bet one or both of them will go look back after to confirm who had the right answer, because they're so good at analyzing this stuff. But to me, it looks very, very close. I'll put it that way.
And we've hit time, so through the no more resets in our organization space, and I might as well bring these other 2 guys in here, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so to recap so far, King Doll's in the lead with a 920. TA is in second place with a 936. Stun is in third place with a 1008. And Jay Coper right now is in fourth place with a 1026, but with a run going here that could get anywhere from first through any of those other positions. So he's still got a live one going.
Oh, and King Doll has come to a stop on level 1, and I think he might be calling it as well.
Yep, I think he got to the point where he knew it's all over. The time is up. But yeah, heck of a performance with that 920 on the board. So it's up to Coper to close this thing out here and see how our standings shake out.
Yeah, all eyes on him as he heads into level 1. Bounced around a little bit, but he's out of there. Just over 8 minutes.
And he's
Update
got
continue.
plenty of bombs here this time for level 9. So let's watch him do the thing here.
There we go. There's that bomb Kananaki into Ganon's room once again.
That's such a cool looking maneuver. It looked like the Ganon spawn was nastier this time, though. He was popping up right in the middle earlier. I don't know if that was only when he was on the red ring route, but he's got him here.
Oh, I think... Oh, yeah, one hit away. We got Stan here, by the way.
GG's.
Hey. Oh, thank you. GG's.
So this was a fun, quick seed, quick sprint through Hyrule.
It was, yeah. I've been watching for a couple of minutes, but I can't imagine that the routes are they vary a ton. Although I didn't spend a ton of time, I wasn't able to spend as much time as I wanted, but it didn't seem like there was a lot of room for wild routing.
So all of you use the same level order at its core, with very few differences in there. Little nuanced stuff we can. And Jay Coper does move into third place there. Got a 9:53. Finished out a non-red ring route. He had a red ring PB in there first and just finished that out. But yeah, overall, very similar routes from everybody, basically.
Well,
Right, Small
there
Fires,
had
you're
to
the
have been.
data keeper. Whoops. Sorry. Go ahead, Sean. Okay, I was just let's see. Okay, we're sending invites to everybody to get in here, and we will hopefully have all 4 of our runners in here to talk a little shop. But yeah, feel free to get your GGs out in chat, y'all. This was a heck of a Zelda showing right here. Alright, I see King Doll's name in here. I don't know if we can I just drag them up on air? And yes, I'm just talking behind the scenes shop talk here. Smile Fires, if you want to do it, that's fine, but I'm just gonna...
There we go.
Drag them up in there? Yeah, there we go. Got 3 of our runners in the booth now. GG's, everybody.
GG's.
Hey, GG's. Congrats again, King Doll. Man.
It just keeps happening.
I guess so. I felt pretty good about that, especially, finishing that up. There's absolutely no way that I would have cut another 30 seconds. So, yeah, obviously you did something different in your routing significantly. But I don't know what that was, because nothing is obvious to me.
We saw a couple things. King Doll went and got the medium and large secrets at Death Armos and below that before going into 3 was one difference. He also leaves 3 with many more resources, like a key and a couple extra bombs. And in general, he's just running around with a couple more keys than you are, I would say.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Like, in general, like, the keys weren't all that necessary. So, yeah, I only went through, like, 3 key doors in the seed.
Yeah, and you were doing some Kanana keys instead. I think, King Doll could probably speak to it, but he goes up into an orange Darknut room, like up from the free bombs in level 3, and clears that room.
Oh, he's clearing that room with orange dark nuts. Oh yeah, I remember going in there. Yeah, I totally discounted that. That's crazy. I can't believe that would be faster. I don't know. That's interesting. And as far as getting the money before 3 goes, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm going through 2 rooms of 3. That's not very much, and it's significantly more screens to get the money before going into 3. So, yeah, I'm not convinced of that either, for sure. But certainly could be wrong about that. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I might have to watch it back and see what he did and what TA did as well. So he also had a very good time.
Yeah, it seemed like the level 3 thing, it also resulted in an earlier key, but you probably got that back somewhere on a Kanana key. It needed the bomb drop in there too, King Doll. I don't know, King Doll, why did you clear those dark nuts? What were you thinking? Where's your head at?
I just thought that a room that gives you a key and bombs was very good for this route. I couldn't see any other key to get other than that to be really fast. I guess setting up a kinetic key there, but the consistency of getting like bombs and a key there, it was too great to leave.
Yeah. So did we do the same level order and everything like that?
So the level order was identical for all 4 of the runners. The ordering of the secrets, I think you and TA went to 3 first. Stun and King Doll got the money first, I believe. I don't know, y'all correct me if I'm getting my people wrong. But then after you came out of level 3, it was essentially the same in terms of money. The ordering was all the same. The pathing in 9 was a little different because Coper, you did the thing where you entered Ganon's room from the left with the Kanana key. Everybody else came up from the bottom. But outside of that, like almost everything was identical. Maybe a little different walking in level 8. But yeah, y'all were pretty much all 4 on the shell of the same route.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll definitely have to watch it back. I feel pretty confident that entering Ganon from the left, like I did, was faster. So something really funny happened on that last time. I realized as I was going to 9 that it's faster to go to 9 from the by going left and then down.
Okay.
And then that changed my Ganon spawn to a pretty bad one, way over on the right. But then I still clutched out the Ganon fight, but that was terrifying. But I was getting very used to the other Ganon spawn. I don't know why I didn't think about that or experiment with that before, but
yeah, I had noticed the different spawn, and I was questioning. I was like, wait, was his good spawn only on the red ring route? And I was like, nah, he had the good one. Because you had a nice, like, Ganon right in the middle, and then that last time it's like, oh no, where did he go? He was, like, all the way over on the right. So, yeah, it was definitely skillful to clutch it out, but annoying when the pig doesn't play nice.
Yeah.
So Coper.
I found that saving and resetting before Ganon put him right in the middle. And with this speed and the ladder and everything, I want Ganon. I want as little movement as possible in the Ganon room, and that was perfect.
Yeah, entering from the bottom, you had him like nice kind of in the middle there. It was like Stun, I know yours, it seemed like you got him really nice a couple times, but then a couple times he was just a total jerk to you as well.
Yeah, I liked coming up from the bottom because every time the spawn was, you got one stab immediately, and then, I went to the right every time. But Yeah, I mean, I think 3 of the times I got a stun lock. And, I finished 4 runs, so I think I'm pleased. I don't know that I could have done much more with the route I picked.
No, I think you killed it. My fun fact of the day is that the 4 runners combined sub 40 the seed, which I don't know if that's unprecedented, but it's not much precedented in the history of Z1R. So I am shouting out all 4 of y'all as just having crushed the seed. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a really silly seed once you start playing it and you see like, oh, there's open Triforce here, open Triforce there, open wand, open bow, open silver. Like, oh, this is gonna be really fast, and it was fast. I also had that run with the gold, two golds in the same run, and I ran into Ganon, unfortunately.
Yeah, that seemed like just a rupee speed casualty, right? Just kind of ran up into him.
It's tough to go like a half tile up there. It's a very tight margin. But he went to the left, so I think I would have got him if I just moved a half a tile instead of a full tile.
All right, so my last question, and then Smile Fires, if you have anything else, you're welcome to throw it in. So King Doll, one time you ran a money-making game route this time. Why couldn't you give me 5 or 6 attempts on the gambling route? Come on, dude.
I knew that there was too much time to save. Like entering that waterfall was really bad in my 920. I know there was like 5 seconds there probably because I didn't want to die on the way in. So once I got bad times out of 3, then I thought, now let's try to get a 45er, and I missed. It was right once and left the other. So it's not my fault that the run didn't go on there.
That's what every gambler says when they lose, right? Not my fault. Smile Fires, you got anything else for him?
No, I'm good. I'm just thinking about how gambling is time saved now.
Yeah, rupee speed's the best. But yeah, runners, any final comments or anything? All I got is that y'all crushed it, but anything else?
I also mapped out every kill in the run to maximize the bomb chances. I don't know if anyone else went to that length here, but I really wanted the bomb chance on the gorilla heading into 5 because he was always there, and I wanted him to be on 6 because that meant I was also getting a bomb chance in 5 there with the two Darknuts and the Vire.
I mean, I was certainly mapping a bomb chance on the gorilla. I was getting my first bomb chance on the blue moblin in 8, and then a gorilla outside of 2, and then the gorilla going into 5. So needed at least 1, but ideally 2 there. And then I was just killing blue Octoroks and gorillas on the way west from there, trying to get 1 more bomb chance somewhere.
Yeah, I had 8 bomb chances over the run, and I think I needed 3 to complete a run.
That's about right on the math, I guess, of what you need. But yeah, it's wild how little combat there was, but then that brings into play all sort of nuanced stuff that I think you guys will notice. Like, definitely some cool plays everybody made in this race tonight. So we had a lot of fun watching y'all. But yeah, congrats to all 4 runners. And King Doll, congrats on your back-to-back Routlemania championship.
Yeah, GG's to everyone that joined. We didn't have anyone that left this Routlemania, so I think that's the biggest progress. Everyone kept at it. Oh well, almost, but at least to the end. But then they skipped the swordless one. So next time we're gonna do swordless earlier, so everyone can enjoy the wand in 9. And yeah, thanks everyone. And it's gonna be fun to watch the restream. And thanks for commentary. And I don't know if you did any tracking, but
I put where the items are up, but I didn't bother trying keeping up with who has what item this time. It's a little too much.
No, that would have been insane. Yeah, but thanks for the effort. I'm sure it's a great restream.
Please follow these runners. They're very good at this game. You can also follow this Dunlow guy. He's pretty good at the game too.
I'm a mediocre Twitch streamer, but search Mr. Dunlow on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. I'm a much better rapper than Twitch streamer. That's my one self-promotion of the evening. But yeah, Smilefires, you're more pro than me. You want to send us home?
I think we've got it pretty much done. Thanks to all the players for making this a great finals, making it very competitive and interesting. And we'll see everybody. Oh yeah, there's a Z1R tournament. Sign up for that. But yeah, other than that, we'll see you in the next race. Have a good night, everybody.